Mahler's Monumental Symphony No. 2, Resurrection. And if that looked like a movie trailer, it's because a brand new orchestra is aiming to shake up the classical music world, starting with its debut concerts later this month. Here to explain what to expect from the Philharmonia of New York, also known as Pony, is co-founder David Titcomb. He has a 3-decade career in the classical world and has played in over 2,500 performances. Welcome, Dave. It's so wonderful to have you on the show. Tell us a little bit about how this new orchestra came about.
Well, we started it as musicians of the New York City Opera Orchestra, and when the opera company was having some of its difficulties, we needed to keep our hopes alive. So we started to work with projects on the outside of the opera, and we collaborated with a program called Hand in Hand, which is a Japanese charity focused on keeping hope alive, in a sense, for the people in the area around Sendai and Fukushima after the tsunami in 2000.
Right, and that was the genesis.
Yes, exactly. And then we, as we got into these collaborations, both with Andrea Bocelli at Madison Square Garden, and we started to realize that what people are really looking for is a overall experience at a concert, including visuals.
Right. And do you think that the philosophy here is that the classical music world needed to do something to appeal more broadly to a younger audience?
Absolutely. I think that kids these days expect a visual component to everything. I mean, they go to the movies, the social media. So what we've done, different from some orchestras, which will play, show a movie and play the soundtrack, which is interesting. We have the visual aspect of the concert growing organically out of the music. So our visual director, Joachim Schomburger, has created visuals based on emotion. It's kind of like a tone poem, but a visual tone poem.
Fascinating. And where do you get the musicians now? They're a combination of musicians from all over the world?
Yeah, well, mostly based in New York,
right,
but it's a wide range. We have some very young university students, Juilliard, Curtis, combined with more experienced players who are experienced in all the orchestras at Lincoln Center, especially. New York City Opera, City Ballet, Metropolitan Opera.
Well, fantastic. I used to dance with the New York City Ballet, so former musicians that I worked with, I'm sure will be there. Now, the first concert is March 29th, and along with the Mahler Symphony, what else will be performed, and what can audiences expect?
Well, it'll be just the Mahler Resurrection Symphony, but we'll have more people on the stage at Rose Hall Jazz at Lincoln Center than they've ever had before. We'll have about 85 musicians and over 200 kids, both flying from Japan, leaving Japan for the first time in their lives to come sing with us, 130 Japanese students, as well as combining with the College in New Jersey choral students.
Fantastic.
And it's going to be great.
So are audiences worldwide, are they declining for orchestra performances? Are they increasing in some areas of the world?
A lot of the top orchestras are doing fine.
Right.
It's a lot of the middle-level orchestras in some of the Midwestern cities. Detroit Symphony has suffered a bit, and the demographic is older and grayer. So we're really trying to focus on, a real, when the kids...
An event.
Right.
So do you think this will also appeal to the traditional audience members, who also are important, obviously?
It should, because, I mean, it grows out of an organic growth out of the music itself. It's not just sort of a gimmick.
Right, and the music is the most important element.
Absolutely. Yes, it's not a soundtrack to a movie. It is the music first, the visual enhance it, and also we're going to have, we're using 4K technology for the film, but encapsulated in that will be close-ups of the musicians with robocams in the orchestra. So if you're sitting in the concert hall, even if you're in the last seat, you'll be able to see an oboist take a breath and do the fingerings on the oboe, or the the vibrato of the.
That's wonderful. And David, are you still performing? Will you be performing?
I actually have had a nice long 30-year career as a trombonist, and I have retired from that aspect, and now I do strictly orchestra management.
All right. Well, congratulations to you, and good luck with Pony's debut. It should be lots of fun.
And our website is nyphilharmonia.com if anyone is interested in checking it out.
Are there still tickets available?
There are tickets available, and they're very inexpensive. They start at $5.
Wonderful. How's that
anyone
for appealing to the young people? Great job.
Great.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.